Sophie, you're looking at 1385. Stock really bounced last week into the 1625 1630 area, only to reject it back down into 14, and we closed right around that 1389. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Well, guys, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock in whatsoever. They are for entertainment purposes only. If this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to follow, feel free to follow me on Twitter or stock tweet. Email me at tradingsuccess@gmail.com if you have any question, concern, or anything you want to talk about. You are more than welcome to. Well, what we're going to be doing today, we're still going to be talking about our stocks, the weekend popular chart demand. And in this demand, there are so many stocks that have sold off due to the market pushing lower and lower every single day. But however, the market will not continue to keep pushing down and pushing down and pushing down and pushing down. At some point, we're going to bounce back up because the market is at the oversold level right now. So, you can never detect or tell what is going to happen in the market, but you can predict. You can not technically predict, but you can, have an idea where the market will possibly bounce. Okay, Bitcoin as well, also pushing lower. We'll get $35,000 right now. As of yesterday, we also did dip below 34, right? So for now, just keep an eye out on looking at the 10-year as well, which is 1.77. 30-year, we're looking at $2, and if you're looking at let's see here. The market, the S&P as well, Dow Jones, we have about 1.3%, with Nasdaq around 2.72%, and our ultimate S&P 500 is 1.89% down. And this is pretty much attributed to Fed policy coming into the game. Okay, the Omicron variant or the Delta variant didn't do much to push the market down, but it was because of the Fed. That's why we're seeing this kind of reaction in the market at this point in time. Even Europe market as well is pushing lower. So I'll be looking for good stocks, good stocks with good fundamental to really start digging in terms of staging the trade on these stocks. So for me, I will be looking at PayPal, NVDA, Apple, Abivai, Boeing, CrowdStrike, as well as other names like HD or Palantir, even Clover as well. So now let's dive deep into the SPY and see what we can really get out of SPY itself, right? So now, looking at SPY right here, yes, I understand too many stuff on it. We are actually marked these really in this oversold area, and RSI is 26%, right? So we're really oversold in my opinion. Looking back to previous action in the market, if you see right here, we got oversold. No, we didn't really quite tap that line, that 25% line, but did the same thing here. Okay, we did the same thing. So right now we're doing that extension into below that $27-30 mark spot, right? So now keep an eye out because we got the 200 moving average right here as well. Okay, Dow Jones as well is looking to tap this support, which we did tap that support, and I'll be looking for some reaction in the coming week. This is your outlook in the market. You see some of them are green, but majority of the stocks, they are all red. Looking at another view for Spider S&P 500 ETF as well, we're looking at 200 moving average area for a possible bounce, as it has been doing in the past. Now, our first stock today is going to be Tesla. Tesla pretty much I've been tracking Tesla for quite a while, so right now we are below the $1,000 level on Tesla and then push down into the 950, right? So right now 950, 940 area is going to act as a support, looking at this trend right here, this white trend. So if this area holds, I'll be expecting Tesla to really bounce and the market to bounce as well, as the market continue to favor stocks. Facebook as well is another one to keep an eye on. Formerly known as Facebook, now is Meta Platforms. Right now we are on this support, which, you know, if you look at it, is somehow, you know, an inverse head and shoulder looking pattern if you're looking the other way with a nice big head, right? But keep an eye out on this area right now. $300 is going to act as a support on Facebook or Meta Platform. Right now we're looking at this trend on HD Home Depot, okay? 350, 340, that is your area for price to really consolidate off of. NVAX as well, we're looking for price action on this name. We're looking at 200 moving average there for a support. I think it's better to pick up here than trying to pick up above the 350 or, you know, the 310 area where price really did push. So right now look for $80 as a support if it comes, because picking up here at 85, 84, you need the room for it to push back to 80 and hold that natural support. Square as well is what you're going to be looking at here. Is 118, 115. If 115 doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for $100 visit. But however, you know, market is oversold. Most of these stocks are oversold, so I'll be looking for some form of a reaction, short seller covering in the market. I think this is short seller time. Also, we're looking at a beautiful Twilio. Right now, Twilio is down over 55, 58% from the previous highs or from the recent highs. So right now, we're looking at this 200 moving average to act as a support on Twilio. Airbnb, I really don't know why this didn't sell off, but right now, we're looking at this 156 as a previous close, so 161 is your area to keep an eye out on in case something really did happen drastically. Palantir as well, we are oversold with our price around 1353. Okay, the next level of spot when I see where I see support is the $10, but you know, just keep an eye out on this area, see if we bounce because of the oversold. Market does good, all this stock will also do good. We're down pretty much 19% on the RSI. That is really in my opinion drastic. Okay, MVAX as well, we're looking for this support, which I already said earlier. Which right now, context logic, we're looking for price to really hold this 250 area. If it doesn't, you're looking at $2 on context logic as well, so keep an eye out on that. We'll also talk about Amazon right now. We're looking at let's say about $28 as a support if it comes, but I think that is the $28 we're looking for. These are the weekly charts, so it helps me to gauge it because of the volatility in the market. Upstart as well, we're looking for this action right here around the $90. So if $90 doesn't hold, we're looking for $80 on Upstart. Better buying it here than over there, right? But it is not a recommendation in my opinion. Microsoft as well. Microsoft really is pulling lower into this trend, so keep an eye out on this $300 to reclaim. If it doesn't reclaim, we're looking at price shooting down to $295. Boeing as well, you want to look at what's going on with Boeing. We did picked up some around here, push all the way into 225 spot, only to reject it and pull back because the market is also pulling back. So we're retesting this trend right now, so keep an eye on Boeing. DKNG, well, this is also a gambling stock, if I may put it that way. But 1950 is that area. We failed $20 and revisited this 1950. So support is around the $19, $18. If it doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for $15 on DKNG. But I'm expecting a bounce on this name. I will be adding to my portion of DKNG because I'm taking a loss on DKNG, guys. Okay, so keep an eye out on that. We're looking at PayPal right there around the 180 area. I did pick some up only to take a loss, right? But right now my time view is going to be the 200 moving average if it comes, and then I can add some more. But I will be adding as price really push lower into a possible support in a PayPal or in the market. BABA as well, Alibaba Group. Right now we're looking for price to really hold this 125 130 area. Okay, our trend is right here. Once this trend break, I think you're gonna have more people coming into the name. AMC, right? AMC, we talked about AMC a couple of weeks ago with a possible pullback into the 20 or below the 20. We got below the 20 right now. So right now looking for the 200 moving average is your best bet at this point in time. But look for price action around the $16. See if that really do something for the stock. CROM as well, we're looking at 215 as a support. If it doesn't hold, then we can put lower and retest the 205 spot. But you know, all depend on the market, right? These are weekly chart as well. So we're looking right here around $30 visit on Snap. $30 comes in, I think we should be all right to bounce off that area, in my opinion. Not a recommendation. Exxon Mobil as well. Right now Exxon Mobil is doing really good at this point in time. Our collection was around the $55 and sold into the 65 some portion, and then you know, revisited once we broke this area right here around the 60, added only to start taking profit as we push into resistance around the 75. So we got to 75, rejected it, but closed around 72. Okay, so right now keep an eye out on that. Twitter as well, we're looking right now at the $35 level to reclaim. If it doesn't, I think Twitter can really, you know, triangulate itself back into $30, guys. Now we're looking at Mara right now. We are failing a critical level, which is the $25 spot. Okay, so we closed 22.05. If Bitcoin continue to push lower, I think you'll be looking for price to visit the $11 on Mara. So keep an eye out on that as well. On the weekly side of Lumen Technologies, I think we're really holding solidly on this trend. If this trend fail, we can flush down into $11 or $10 on it. But you know, keep an eye. It's really holding well in this shape. So I do see that. Ford as well. Ford right now, Ford would looking for this area to hold as a support, which is the $20 spot. If $20 doesn't hold, $20 spot doesn't hold, I think Ford can really sell off into the $18. But keep an eye out. Also market favorable if the stock continue to push. ZYME as well. Right now we are on a support zone with, you know, time view of the $10. So $10 is our natural support if that name comes. Sophie, you're looking at 1385. Stock really bounced last week into the 1625 1630 area, only to reject it back down into 14, and we closed right around that 1389 level. But look for consolidation around that area. I think Sophie is also, you know, in the long term gonna do okay. FM as well, AFRM, look for this area of, you know, 57 55 as a support with 60 reclaim. I think we can continue to push back up. Abivi as well, this is one of those stocks that refuse to pull lower because the market is pushing lower. Right now we are 10 points from the previous area, about 10 points from the previous area. So right now I will be looking for 130 to hold as a support if it doesn't get that sell momentum. Looking at Tellery as well, 575, that is your area, guys. Okay, that is your area to keep an eye out on as market continue to momentumly push. Right now we're also looking at DWAC as well. Really did push higher last week, only to sell off around to that $75-73 zone. So I'll be looking for action down into the $64. Okay, that's the area I'll be looking for a visit. If that $64 doesn't hold as a support, we're going to be looking for 55 or even lower on that name. The same thing with ISIG as well. We're looking at $16 as a support. If it doesn't hold, then our view is going to be the $15. Lucid Motors, you're looking at 37 spot. If that area doesn't hold, 37.35 spot doesn't hold, then we'll put lower into $30. But I'm expecting it to hold right here and then bounce back up with good news from the company. And lastly, we have Riot as well, which is we're looking for that $11 as market and Bitcoin continue to push these names lower and lower. Have a good one, guys. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.